Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, HollywoodShono here, about to give you another Injustice Gods Among Us video. In this video, we promote Antimatter Sinestro from level 50 normal to level 50 Elite 7. Now, the interesting thing about Antimatter Sinestro is the passive ability. When Sinestro performs death from above, 2 bars of power are drained from the opponent, and the opponent is forced to tag out. Now, the interesting thing is, everybody thought that this would be the most broken card in the world when it comes to multiplayer, and that is far from the case, because usually, if the opponent has 2 bars, for example, if you're using the Roster Will Scimitar with the 2-piece League of Assassins gear, and you throw Batgirl on your team, Antimatter Sinestro 99% of the time will actually not use the special 1. He'll actually use the special 2, and in that case, Sinestro's a pretty easy knockout. However, if you control Antimatter Sinestro, obviously you know you wouldn't be stupid enough to do that, and as you know, the results are absolutely devastating. So at normal, Antimatter Sinestro, 9,396 damage, 17,496 health, death roll above 1,879 to 3,758, the meaning of fear 5,637 to 11,275, and Sinestro's might 14,094 damage. So promoting up to Elite 1, damage goes from 9,396 to 14,094. Health goes from 17,496 to 26,244. So death from above at Elite 1, 2,818 to 5,637. The meaning of fear, 8,456 to 16,912. And Sinestro's might, 22,141 damage. So promoting up to Elite 2. Damage goes from 14,094 to 18,792. Health goes from 26,244 to 34,992. So at Elite 2, death from above 3,758 to 7,516. The meaning of fear 11,275 to 22,550. And Sinestro's might 28,188 damage. So promoting up to Elite 3, damage goes from 18,792 to 28,188. Health goes from 34,992 to 52,488. So at Elite 3, death from above 5,637 to 11,275. The meaning of fear 16,912 to 33,825. And Sinestro's might 42,282 damage. So promoting up to Elite 4, damage goes from 28,188 to 32,886. Health goes from 52,488 to 62,986. So at Elite 4, death from above 6,577 to 13,154. The meaning of fear 19,731 to 39,463. And Sinestro's might 49,328 damage. So promoting up to Elite 5, damage goes from 32,886 to 37,584. Health goes from 62,986 to 69,984. So at Elite 5, death from above 7,516 to 15,033. The meaning of fear 22,550 to 45,100. And Sinestro's might 56,376 damage. So promoting up to Elite 6, damage goes from 37,584 to 42,282. Health goes from 69,984 to 78,732. And costs 369,000 credits. So at Elite 6, death from above 8,456 to 16,912. The meaning of fear 25,369 to 50,738. And Sinestro's might 63,422 damage. So up to Elite 7, damage goes from 42,282 to 46,980. Health goes from 78,732 to 87,480. So death from above 9,396 to 18,792. The meaning of fear 28,188 to 56,376. And Sinestro's might 70,470 damage. So, rank 2, 10,335 to 20,671 for death from above. 11,275 to 22,550 for rank 3. At rank 4, 12,214 to 24,429. At rank 5, 13,154 to 26,308. At rank 6, 13,624 to 27,248. At rank 7, 14,093 to 28,187. At rank 8, 14,563 to 29,127. At rank 9, 15,033 to 30,067. And fully upgraded 15,503 to 31,006. So the meaning of fear, 31,006 to 62,013 for rank 2. For rank 1, 28,188 to 56,376. So rank 3, 33,825 to 67,651. At rank 4, 36,644 to 73,288. At rank 5, 39,463 to 78,926. At rank 6, 40,872 to 81,745. At rank 7, 42,281 to 84,563. At rank 8, 43,691 to 87,382. At rank 9, 45,100 to 90,201. And fully upgraded 46,510 to 93,020. So Sinestro's Might at rank 1, 70,470 damage. At rank 2, 77,516. At rank 3, 84,564. At rank 4, 91,611. At rank 5, 98,657. Rank 6, 102,181. At rank 7, 105,704. At rank 8, 109,228. At rank 9, 112,752. And fully upgraded 116,275 damage. Now, obviously, to pull off the overpowered combos with Antimatter Sinestro, this is pretty much how you do it. So we're going to go into Bonus Battle 6. And we're in the third fight that's actually really good for us. So we're going to throw on Batgirl. Now, another card that you can use, which is actually pretty fun when it works, is Arkham Knight Harley Quinn. So we're going to hopefully show that off in this fight. The way that this works is that when the opponent gets forced out, Arkham Harley Quinn... Actually, that's the wrong Harley Quinn. You need Arkham Knight Harley Quinn. But when this combination actually works, and you're going to see it in Survivor mode, is we're going to try to use that instead of Killer Frost so we can try to get the combination off a little bit more. But this is a team that you would use. So what a lot of people do is they throw on Ra's al Ghul Scimitar with the League of Assassins, Adept Knives, and with the Adept Hood. So basically what this means is that you're going to do 40% more damage on Special 1. You're going to have 30% more power. And the team takes 50% damage from Special 1. So the third piece item actually deals damage to the entire team when somebody tags out. I personally find that to be a little bit better. But if you're not using Ra's al Ghul Scimitar, you actually have to build up a bar of power and... So fully upgraded, you have a 30% crit chance on ASIC attacks instead of 50% when it's maxed out. Crit boost, 50% more damage on crit attacks. This is really powerful when it gets augmented. And you have a 50% chance to or a 40% chance to disable enemy special. So we're going to try it with this setup. And then we are going to try it with the other setup. So in the first test fight, we have Lobo, Regime Flash, and a mystery opponent. All cards are level 40, Elite 5. So Sinestro is going to start at 2 bars.
Begin.
So there's the death from above. Blocking doesn't matter. So Lobo is power drain immune. We're going to get off another death from above. So you can see the area damage that everybody's taking. Bane got wiped out there. So that's variant 1 that just deals the area damage, which is 18,604 if it doesn't get blocked and like 9,000 if it does. 3,845 XP, 4,690 credits. Now, obviously, the other variant would use Killer Frost because then you can dampen the opponent's power generation. It does make it easier then to get to 2 bars, which is the magic number. So instead of the Ra's al Ghul Scimitar, we're going to throw on the League of Assassins Adept Blade. Now, the League of Assassins Adept Blade does give you a little bit more basic damage, life drain chance on combo ender, and the same dot as the Ibis stick, but the problem with the Antimatter Sinestro is you're not going to see the League of Assassins of Death Blade, which is why people use Ra's al Ghul Scimitar with Batgirl. But we're going to try not to do that in this fight.
Begin.
So we have no power whatsoever because we don't have Batgirl, so we're going to have to basically just get to 2 bars. We're just not going to do anything because Black Adam will not get to a bar before we do. Alright, so there's 2 bars. We're going to go off the death roll buff, so Black Adam's going to get forced out. There's 18,000 damage, so Doomsday is in. Now watch the damage that comes from that as well. So an extra 11,000 damage, both, and you even saw Harley Quinn take out 2 people from that. So you see a little bit of extra damage, and if Harley Quinn comes in, she's going to do a little bit of damage as well. Obviously, if the card is upgraded, she's going to do a lot of damage, and we're talking 30, 40, 50,000. If you throw basic gear on Arkham Knight Harley Quinn, it gets even more insane. 3,853 XP, 4,760 credits.
Sinestro.
So in our next demonstration, we're going to show off Antimatter Sinestro in a basic damage roll. So we're going to put in Batman, and we are going to throw in Harley Quinn. So we're going to throw in animated Harley Quinn. So this is 45% damage. So we're going to give Harley Quinn... Let's give her the 2-piece LexCorp, and we're going to give her the 357 revolvers. So that way she can also heal on special too. So Antimatter Sinestro, we're going to go with all damage gear. So we're going to give him Blade of the War God, the Knife Collection, and the Prometheum Longsword. So in our third test fight, we have Regime Wonder Woman, Prison Superman, and Insurgency Batman.
Begin.
So it's very important with a unpromoted animated Harley Quinn, you have to block the special or you're just going to get obliterated. If you block it, doesn't do that much damage. So we're going to go off the damage boost. Antimatter Sinestro comes in. So 5681 on a light attack, 8520 with the combo in there. There's Prison Superman, unstoppable block for just over 7,000, so 11,000. He does get pretty respectable basic damage, but then you can still do this and be annoying. So that does knock out. Now, because he got knocked out, you don't get forced out. We're going to try to get off a special too. So we're just going to take some hits. And there's the meaning of fear. It's just like the Zero Compassion from Green Lantern Sinestro. But it's a 4-hit move, so it can do decently. And Wonder Woman gets eliminated for the victory in the third test fight. 3,088 XP, 4,830 credits. So there's the completed battle. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to test out 1 round of Survivor. So we're going to throw in Batgirl for this demonstration. We're going to throw in Killer Frost. Even unpromoted can be really powerful. So let's throw in Killer Frost. And let us throw in Antimatter Sinestro. Now for this setup, you will want to use the League of Assassins Adept Knives, the Hood. And 99 out of 100 times, you really want to use Ra's al Ghul Scimitar. The exception, obviously, is if you're running Arkham Knight Batman. That can pretty much defend himself. So Batgirl, we are going to throw the LexCorp, 2-piece LexCorp. And we're going to put Batgirl's personal gear item on her, the nanocarbon mask, because it does give more damage on crit attacks, crit chance on special 1, and a max health increase. It's mostly just there to kind of survive it. Not really using the special 2. So Killer Frost, we're going to give the 4th World chest plate, the helmet, and she has the Icebound necklace for life drain, disable enemy specials and power generation. So I think we can just stick with that. So we're going to do a little round of Survivor here just to show off Antimatter Sinestro a little bit better and what people are using them for.
Begin.
Now, because of the League of Assassins and Death Knights, you do get a decent amount of damage, even when the opponent doesn't tag out. And somehow that missed. I'm not sure why. But that's really bad, because we have to get up to 1 bar before get forced out. So there's the death from above. I think because of Cassandra Cain Batgirl's passive, that actually kind of messed things up. And why are we... Oh, because Batgirl got knocked out. So this is a little bit trickier when you're knocking people out.
Be afraid.
But Martian Manhunter gets eliminated for the victory in the first fight. So it's not as easy as you guys think. You probably have to practice it a little bit. But yeah, if you knock opponents out, that's really bad. And that's a little bit harder to do at higher rounds because the opponents do have a lot more health. So we get some green shards. We badly need those. So we have New 52 the Flash, Silver Deathstroke, and we have a Doomsday. How in the world did that knock out the Flash? Okay. I don't understand why these cards have no health. Did they do something to Survivor that I'm not aware of? 8,164 XP. I'm pretty sure we just one-shot the Flash there. And I'm pretty sure that Antimatter Sinestro does not have crit gear. But we're going to keep going. Looks like we're going to get some purple shards. That really sucks. I still wish that they would allow you to convert the worthless purple shards into 3 shards of your choice. I don't think that would be overpowered, but it'd be a reason to do Survivor more. Now, here we have a hard counter against Antimatter Sinestro, which is Reverse Flash. So this is probably not even going to knock him out. It does force him out. So Luchador Bane stuns. Now, at this point, everybody is low on health. So it's just worth it to do this. I don't know if this will knock him out. No, it actually heals him like 60%. That sucks. But for some reason, it seems like Antimatter Sinestro is doing way more damage than he should be because he's wiping these people out exceptionally quick. Down goes Reverse Flash for the victory in the third fight. It doesn't seem as clean as Arkham Knight Batman. Arkham Knight Batman just does ridiculous stuff. And you can also use Raven with a comp. Like, the dream would be to have Killer Frost with the Gauntlets of Azrael and 2 basic damage gear. That way you can also heal up your Antimatter Sinestro. But I suppose Batgirl could do that too. And it looks like we are going to get a ticket here. No, we do not. We get double credits.
Begin.
So we're going to go off the pistol above.
Your new challenge.
So we wipe out the Flash, and Batman Beyond gets eliminated for the victory in the fourth fight. 8,216 XP. And we're going to get 3,120 credits, putting us at 8,280 in the pot. So now we can actually recharge Sinestro because we are around that range. Not that you really need to, because there's so many ways to heal up in lower waves. But just as a safety precaution, looks like we're going to get a 1 or 2 star gear item here. And gear is obviously really good for me because I'm low on green shards. So we have Red Sun Batman, we have Nightwing, and we have Regime Superman in the 5th battle. So it looks like we're going to get a 3rd shot. That's really good. And just wipe out Red Sun Batman like nothing. But yeah, as you can see, Antimatter Sinestro does do really well in Survivor mode. It's just when he knocks somebody out, you can't gain power from it. 8,242 XP as we get combat training. So we're at wave 6 with Antimatter Sinestro. This time it does look like we're going to get a ticket. Yes, we do.
Begin.
So we have Metahuman the Flash, Aquaman, and... Is that Dawn of Justice Wonder Woman? No, it's Justice League. heavy shot there. We are going to get another swap.
Be afraid.
But with the regeneration, we still have to go for knockouts. Why did that not... Oh, it did knock him out. It came in awful quick. And Metahuman in a Flash gets eliminated for the victory in the 6th fight. So I think the Antimatter Sinestro maxed out, especially if you have the gear, does really good. Now, obviously, the League of Assassin Adept Knives maxed out is the most important one. Obviously, if you have crit, you're going to do even more damage, and it's probably going to mess up your rotation, but it's still pretty fun. But that's why you have somebody with basic damage gear to clean up as well. So we're at Fight 7 with 3 tickets. And we are going to get some green shards. I really want that instead of major XP. Alright, so Special 2 disabled. This is not the Lobo that can't be power drained. Scorpion will come in. These guys are starting to get a little more health. But it's not significant. It really isn't until like Fight 9 or 10. Lobo's gone. Scorpion is in. We do have 1 bar, so we can wipe out Mortal Kombat X Scorpion as well for the easy victory in the... It didn't quite knock him out. Let's just get Batgirl in and finish him off. But yeah, that's basically how you do it. 8,294 XP. And we get some more green shards. Alright, so we're at Fight 8. We only had to recharge once. Looks like we're going to get more green shards. Alright, so this might be a little bit trickier. We have Containment Doomsday and Reverse Flash. That did a lot of damage to Containment Doomsday, so that's going to take off 1 of his life. But it's still going to tag him out. So there is Killing Joke Joker. I don't think Reverse Flash is cellular regenerated. So if he comes back in, we want to hit him out with a basic attack.
Be afraid.
Here's the out of time. That does a lot of damage. I think we should have Batgirl finish him off. So there are some obvious flaws to that. It looks like he is going to regenerate to like nothing. So there's the Countless Deaths. That's going to do a little bit of work. Once we lift off hits for 10,000. We probably want to use an Art of Deception to try to get rid of it. Radiation is getting pretty hard to deal with. But this is kind of why you want to have somebody like Killer Frost having the Gauntlets of Azrael in a perfect world. Now, Reverse Flash is not supposed to have 2 bars either. I don't know how he even got there. Unless it was from the cellular regeneration giving power. It makes me curious now. Because, yeah, he shouldn't have took a Special 2 there. So we have to go to the R's.
The Flash.
Yeah, I understand how he got to 2 bars. That shouldn't have happened. How did Killer Frost take damage, I wonder? Alright. So I can't remember if this is a fight where Special 1s are disabled. If so, obviously, Antimatter Sinestro is a big pile of crap. But we still have Raven. No, Special 1 is available. So mostly just have to worry about the Vengeance. But we can power drain that away, so that shouldn't be a problem. So as long as Bane doesn't get off a Special, we're in good shape. This is a fight that's usually pretty cancerous too, so we can deal with that with Antimatter Sinestro. That's really good. Obviously, this would be a fight you'd want to have some sort of heal. But you have to have 2-piece League of Assassins gear. So, Bane and Harley Quinn, we gotta get rid of Bane. Bane can heal on Special 1. Although we did power drain both of them down, so we shouldn't have a problem winning this fight. So, Fight 9, Antimatter Sinestro dominates it. And that's really important because that fight's annoying as hell. And usually fight 10 is the fight you start recovering your health back. 8,346 XP. So we're going to heal Antimatter Sinestro again. I don't think we need to heal Batgirl. So we're going to get double credits from the looks of it in fight 10. Alright, so we have a really annoying team here. I don't think bullet time triggers because he's going to get forced out. Green Lantern does take 20% less damage when he gets hit from a special. I haven't really seen Superman in yet. There we go. Uh-oh. Holy crap, there's bullet time. Get out! Alright, we kind of want low power here. We don't want to knock out Elseworld the Flash. There we go. Superman and Green Lantern coming in is perfect for us. Handling this really well. Now we're going to get rid of Elseworld the Flash. And that should be it. Now we just do a special and Superman is gone. So able to handle fight 10 without a problem. Even though we had a little bit of a scare with both Flashes. 8,372 XP. Bullet time will not trigger him to tag out, which can really be annoying. So we're going to heal Antimatter Sinestro again. And probably should just heal Batgirl just to play it safe. So this is the fight that I really care about. If we get higher, great. If we don't, I'm not really worried. So we are going to get a gear item. No, we're not. Double credits. So radiation means you got to end this fight quickly. It's a Suicide Squad Joker as well. But you're going to have to do this a lot. So if you have a way to heal Sinestro, like for example, if you do use Arkham Knight Harley Quinn, a power dampening is really optional with Antimatter Sinestro. You don't need it, but there are situations where it can be helpful. And obviously the opponent has to hit you for radiation to knock you out. And if you know how to hit the button right when somebody tags out, that's never going to happen. What really complicates things is when you're down to one opponent and you have no power, and they have significantly more health. That's when you have to hope that Batgirl or Killer Frost can do a miracle at 2 bars. But yes, fight 11, this is still really powerful. Sinestro is over half health. I think it's fight 13 or 14 where special ones are disabled, and then this doesn't work anymore. I think it's 13. That did not knock the Joker out. That's really good for us. The Joker is gone. Lex Luthor should be gone. And Apocalypse Darkseid eliminated for the victory of the 11th fight. So yeah, you can use this team to fight 11. You might want to heal Sinestro if he gets too low, but generally it still works really well. So we're at 6 tickets. I'm not going to heal. And we get double credits.
Begin.
So I think I saw regeneration. That's not a big deal. Let's hope it's not. Wait, what? Oh, Lobo screwed it up because of the power drain immune. Oh, that's bad. That's really bad. You can't drain Lobo. And you only get like a bar of power because my League of Assassins gear isn't maxed out. Oh, that didn't even give him a bar of power. What in the world? Let's fight 12 drain power drains. Yeah, so it looks like Antimatter Sinestro. Wait, what? Why did it tag him out? Did you guys see that? Why did the special one tag out? That was really weird. Anyways, we're just going to end this fight here because we have no chance of winning it without Raven. But I just wanted to show you guys that. We're going to cash out these 6 tickets so you guys can see it too. But yeah, Antimatter Sinestro does work through fight 11, which is generally what you need. Like, anything beyond that is just cool. Like, if you get a ticket at fight 14, you can normally do it great. But yeah, I usually get up to fight 11 and I'm fine with it. So here we want to try for augments. That is not an augment, my friend. Alright, we got medium health. That's pretty good. We got medium crit damage. We get a blue ring. We get major XP. And we get a battle staff. So pretty crappy 6 tickets, but the whole point of this video was showing off Antimatter Sinestro at Elite 7. So yes, if you have 2-piece League of Assassins with the Roster Scimitar, as long as you're not fighting Lobo, you shouldn't have a problem with that. If you like this video showing off Antimatter Sinestro promoted to level 50 Elite 7, please give this video a like rating, comment, subscribe, share this video amongst your friends, and as a favorite, check out my other Injustice Gods Among Us videos, my playlist, Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch, which are all HollywoodShono. And Killer Frost Elite 7 will be up fairly soon. Have a wonderful day, kids.
www.youtube.com/HollywoodShono. Subscribe, bitches!